Howdy everybody, Aaron the Nintintrovert here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing another movie reaction. This one is called Nisa. I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly, hopefully. This is a Chinese animated movie, and to my knowledge, this is the first Chinese movie I've ever actually watched. So I expect it to be quite a bit different than what I'm used to, but I'm excited about that. I like watching movies that come from various cultures. And yeah, I don't know very much about this movie. I watched a trailer for it years ago, and from my understanding, it seems like our protagonist is like a young boy, I think, who I'm not sure if they're like half human, half demon, or if they're like a demigod or something like that, maybe. And they're kind of like, I don't know if they have to choose whether they want to be good or bad. It seems like they're maybe kind of mischievous or something. I really don't know that much about it. It seems like it's something that's based on Chinese folklore. I don't know a whole lot about Chinese mythology, but I get the feeling that this is like a story that, if you grew up in China, is just kind of common knowledge for everybody. Probably the same way that we all know about Hercules from Greek mythology, but here in the West, we really don't have as much of a frame of reference. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it. I actually had this recommended to me several years ago by a good friend of mine who is from China. She studied internationally here in America when I was in college. So yeah, all these years later, I'm finally getting around to watching it. So let's get right into it. Also, China's a lot more lax about like copyright laws than America, so I'm hoping we won't get a copyright strike on this video, but we'll just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed, though. This is a cool little hand-drawn sequence. I don't know if this is the opening of the movie or if this is just a company logo. Yeah, I think it is. Color Room Pictures. Well, that was a cool logo. I was not ready for this. What the heck is happening? This ain't the movie, is it? What in the Emoji Movie am I looking at right now? This is weird. Oh, okay. They faked me out as another logo. This is like that Family Guy clip where he keeps thinking the movie started. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just it's just more company logos. I don't know what that says.
Over the course of one stoppable rate.
I mean, they just get right into it. This is so different than what I expected. Holy cow. It's Kung Fu Panda if Poe were a human. It almost sounds a little bit like Jack Black. I don't think it is, but that guy definitely looks evil, so I feel like he's going to team up with that thing or something. I don't know. That sounds like John DiMaggio, who does like Jake the Dog. Maybe not. I don't know any of the English voice cast for this movie. I'm curious how much they changed the dialogue from China. Like, did they take a lot of creative liberties with the script, or is this actually pretty faithful to the Chinese version? I don't know. It's a lot sillier than I thought it would be. From the trailer I saw, it looked just like very serious with a lot of action. And I expect there will still be a lot of action, but I appreciate that it does have kind of a lighter tone to it, though. Not like over the top, edgy, and gritty just for the sake of it. Who's this guy? He can't just destroy it now. Why? Okay, so that's probably our main character. He emerges from that, and he's like the embodiment of chaos, like good and evil. It's kind of like a yin-yang sort of thing. Light and dark. I assume that says Nisa, but I can't read it. It's pretty backgrounds. Okay. So that guy was just drinking alcohol. Wouldn't see that in a lot of kids' movies in America, at least not in this day and age. I noticed this movie was rated PG-13, so she's been pregnant for 3 years. So who is this guy? Is he some kind of dark... I guess he's not an emperor or anything, but... 'cause it seems like they're maybe a royal family? I don't know. Master Emoto? Was that his name? Is he gonna drink it? Yeah, America's a lot more like, I don't know, evangelical than China, so I feel like a lot of this stuff wouldn't get past the censors in America necessarily for like a kid's show. Like obviously if it's targeting an older demographic, but like Disney movies used to have like drinking and stuff, but you wouldn't really probably see that nowadays, I don't think. My God. Oh, I didn't need to see that. Yeah, this movie's a lot sillier than I thought it would be.
Time lost itself, and we can try again in 10 years.
So she can't have the baby until he unlocks that? What? Oh, he was a distraction.
He's got control of her.
So is that going to make the child be born evil? I don't have it backwards, right? The red is the red one like dark and the blue one's good. It's a gremlin. That poor woman, pregnant for 3 years to give birth to that. Why is it just a head? Where's its limbs? Oh, here we go. Is it gonna pop them out? I know this movie got a sequel, and I think the sequel is like the highest grossing animated movie like ever. Just came out not that long ago. Makes sense considering that China is like a huge demographic. I don't know how many people have seen it like internationally necessarily, but he's like Chucky or something. It's kind of creepy. He punched a fireball. What the heck? He's got a lot of hair for a baby. I know that's probably shouldn't be my takeaway from all this. Like that's the most unrealistic part that's giving me pause, but that would be hard. It's funny. This is our second movie reaction, and the first one, K-pop Demon Hunters, had a very similar premise where our protagonist is like part demon, living in a world that doesn't want to accept them. She woke up very quickly from that from that fainting spell. Water is very well animated. Was that weird guy again who I'm pretty sure is a villain because he looks like one even though he's not really done anything evil yet necessarily. This movie's got some really nice like set pieces, like just the environments and stuff. Really cool looking. It was a dragon, but it'll be good, won't it? Because that's the good orb, right?
Next time, could you do me a favor and just nod?
Yeah, I don't feel very confident in this guy's abilities.
It's a party. I have company. Oh yes, sit. Have some tea. Hearts.
He sounds kind of like Gazpacho from Chowder.
Mortals have been out of the loop for so long. Please relay to the Supreme Lord. We seek an audience.
At first I thought it was the voice of Poe's dad from Kung Fu Panda, but it's not him though.
Went to the void portal.
Some of the lips sync up to the voices a lot better than I thought it would. Like, not all of it. Like, you can tell in some scenes that it's dubbed over, but in other scenes it's pretty close.
Back on Earth, a great deal of time has
I wonder if they reanimated it
need to head back as soon
for
as possible.
the West.
Maybe there's something we can do.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, I pronounced it very wrong. Naija? Is that how they said it?
What else can I do but check out the sights?
So how old is he? Like, he's still not 3 yet, right?
Play you.
Because he's supposed to, like, die when he turns 3. I guess demons mature quickly.
I'm thinking not.
He's got very good parents. They're really trying their best, all things considered. They kind of do this thing like for comedic effect. I know a lot of Japanese anime does that, where a character's nose is bleeding. Even something like that, I feel like a lot of, kids' cartoons in America wouldn't have. So what do the parents do exactly? At first I thought they were maybe like the emperor and empress or something, but I don't think that's the case. Are they just like soldiers, or they seem to have a nice place, so I guess they're like high-ranking officials, if nothing else. I don't know. That's kind of cool looking.
And you two.
A force field that's like a curtain.
Not so you can be flashy mascots.
So is the barrier just to keep him from getting out and accidentally hurting somebody, or is it also to keep him safe? Again, drawing parallels with K-pop Demon Hunters, that movie also has a barrier to keep to keep forces out. I feel like everybody in this movie who's assigned to really important jobs is like super incompetent. You got the drunk guy, you got these two. All these people in high positions have an IQ of like 12. Oh, God. That's kind of messed up. I didn't expect that. So I guess is he just trying to play with him and they don't understand, or they think that he's like trying to hurt him when he's not? I really feel bad for the kid and for this whole family. Why does he sound like that? I thought they just did the scream to be silly, but that just seems to be how he talks. Uh-oh. Well, he's gonna drown.
There's no way we can be.
What's wrong with that guy? Why did that heavy kid on the left side look like that?
Huh? I told you to keep going.
When he
Najah.
hits the ground,
I don't think that's how they pronounced it earlier.
an overhead basket filled with sharks. What's that? A safe place to
How did they get that big heavy boulder there?
go ladder near the tree.
It seems a little far-fetched, but...
Hornets in the hornet's nest.
And how did he get the hornet's nest there? How did they get the snake there? An adult couldn't do this.
That's too mean.
Huh? He's me. He humiliates.
I didn't realize they were peeing in it.
Alright.
How?
What's wrong with him? Oh, shoot. I was wondering if that was him. They fell into their own urine.
Right about one thing. It's important to stay hydrated.
Laugh all you want, you demon.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's just kind of objectively true. You almost killed them kids. So I guess it answers my question about whether he knows that people are genuinely scared of him, and he does. So he's just out here, I guess, deliberately trying to cause problems. Get new guards.
Last 2 years left.
So he's only one.
So let's resign our positions.
Again, this would be very hard.
This is on me.
I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter how he's remembered. It's about what, making the most of his life, so. China is obviously a very honor-bound culture. But like at the end of the day, I mean,
I agree.
you can't put, you know, fear of being shamed or disgraced or whatever as a family over the needs of your own kid, you know.
You got alive.
To scroll. They see me scroll and they hate and it's a pretty cool looking palace.
Welcome to the world inside the painting. A little something.
Yeah, very creative set pieces in this world. Oh, that's like Okami. I was just thinking about how I'd like to play this world in a video game. That was like straight out of Okami.
Do your thing, bud.
Very colorful and vibrant. Sledding down the Paramount logo. This is a really cool scene. This might be my favorite scene so far in the movie. Nothing's happening like moving the plot forward, but just in terms of just visual spectacle. It's just gonna be like a roller coaster ride. It's a small world after. Look at that. That is sick.
We haven't even started.
It's like the spirit world in Legend of Korra. I was worried how much I would be able to get into the movie where it is so rooted in Chinese folklore. Like, am I really gonna like get it and like understand the context of everything? But it's really cool. I like this a lot so far. What was he doing? Oh my god!
Look out!
He's trying to cut his cut his wiener off.
That's my handy dandy disguising spell. Well,
It always grosses me out when they've got like the whole head there.
what am I going to do all that for?
It's kind of cool. It's a shame he has to have this much responsibility put on him when he's literally
Spell isn't even remote.
one.
Took me. Knock yourself out. Take your time.
Of course, you've only got like 2 years because then you'll be dead. So, oh, that's very pretty. Look at that. And China's not really known for like its animated movies, at least not up until this one. So, like, you'd think they wouldn't have the experience to be able to
Ian, how about a nice
do something like this, but
I'm just teaching him some stuff.
this is very well done.
Oh, right there.
God. Oh, did he learn the disguise thing? No, he just hit his head. I thought he turned the water into something else to make that guy get hurt. Okay, I was like, that's not him. He mastered the disguise spell.
It's poisonous.
Oh, that's him. I didn't expect him to be the mom. That's pretty good.
Treat me with more respect.
It looks like a blowfish.
Don't get jealous, even though it took him 1 day what took you 6 months. Trouble.
His element's fire. I don't think I realized that was a thing. Did they establish that? Is that why he's got the mark? It kind of looks like a firebolt.
For me, little guy.
So that guy's immortal, but he can still, like, suffer. Kind of sucks.
That's a fire tip spear.
Careful where you grab there.
Hey, don't touch.
Get in the water.
I'm an immortal. I can't get hurt, but thanks.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Show me respect. If things get well, should you wish to escape from the painting.
Why is he telling him this? If I were the parents, I'd probably teach them not to provoke the demon who could kill you with his incredible powers, but...
After your training, find so intimidating. Are you lying?
Does he not know he's a demon?
Your father and I are humans. How could we give birth to a demon?
It's not
So he doesn't know he's a demon. That's why he was taking such offense to being called it. Because I was thinking when they were talking about teaching him to fight demons, like, wouldn't he think, like, why would I want to kill my own kind?
Keep them safe from harm.
I don't know what that says. Is it a time lapse, like 6 months later, maybe? Something like that? I don't know.
way too impulsive.
Oh. So he's not actually... That wasn't actually a real demon he was fighting.
Go on. Stop there.
That's trippy.
See here.
I don't often see skeletons with their eyeballs still intact. So he's trying to teach him how to
Look at that.
save the day without
Civilians just
killing
got a
people.
couple skeletons.
Control. He's banned from such powerful weapons.
Fine, so take it back. See if I can. I learned all your immortal magic, so I can go kick demon butt.
How much time's he got left?
Yeah, whatever. I'd like to see you try and stop it.
I wouldn't know because I didn't get to see whatever that text was that flashed on the screen. Shoot. Are they stuck there since he took the brush? How do they get out? I guess the wife wasn't in there. I guess she can get him out, but... What other spells does he learn? I guess we'll have to watch it and find out. It looks cool, though, that water effect. In fact, it's making me a little thirsty. Stop beating up Shrek. He's just misunderstood. He just wants to be left alone in his swamp. Okay, yeah. I thought that was Niza shapeshifting as the water. I don't know. I'm probably not saying his name right, but you know. Sorry.
Get out here.
Whack-a-mole.
Show your face. Stop. Climbing.
They're gonna be like, why are you destroying our pots?
Guess I'll have to. Where do you think you're going?
So his is the element of fire. So what other elements are there? Is it like Avatar, where there's like water, earth, fire, and air? Is there more? Is there less? It's a pretty scene. Are we gonna see that kid with the weird eyes again? He's trying to help, though. Obviously, it looks bad, but... How's that kid... I was going to say, how's that kid not going to drown? Is that the person who was born from, like, the good one that the dragon had? A theory. If that's the case, he... I'm going to say... seems to be the personification of good, but he's actually going to be evil because he was raised to be evil, unlike Nisha. Maybe not. Maybe he actually is well-meaning. He's like, I'm so confused.
There's something different about you.
So maybe he's not bad, but I do still feel like he was raised by that dragon. I could be wrong. Oh. Oh, I thought he was just going to take the kid and dip. So what are these going to do? Oh, shoot. He can't... That kid can't be dead, right? Okay, he's going to throw him up.
You don't look so good.
It's hard to say how those bubbles not hurting him, but I guess he's only popping the bubbles with his infected hand. Why didn't that troll or whatever it's supposed to be do that to begin with? He's gonna end up breaking that guy if he's not careful. I had an ex-girlfriend. I blew my nose like that in front of her one time, and she almost threw up. Oh, well, that wouldn't be bad. I like garlic. Yeah, I don't think my ex would be able to get through this scene without gagging. She was, like, very sensitive when it came to very minimal things, which is weird because she worked with, like, special needs kids, and she didn't have a problem, like, wiping them and stuff, which to me would be way more difficult, but, like, someone blowing their nose would be like enough to make her throw up. I never understood that, but I'd probably still kill him though, because you don't mess with kids. That's cute. Are those other kids who saw her get taken gonna understand though? If she explains it? Are they still gonna be like, ah, nah? Or is he gonna accidentally get too rough and hurt her? The choreography is very good in this movie. The fight scenes and just stuff like this. Playing hacky sack with a whatever that's supposed to be. Is that a lotus? Yeah, I'm wondering if I still think that he's maybe the blue orb or whatever, or came from that. Because they're playing around, so it seems like maybe he was deprived of a normal childhood too. It's the magic conch shell. He can call Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. It really is the magic conch shell from SpongeBob. Neja. And what was his name? Mel B? No. Say something, little girl. When is he finally going to realize that he actually is a demon? He was actually going to kill that guy. That would suck to be able to feel pain like that and never die. So he is a lord. I don't know what that really means in this context, but it seems like he does have a high social status, the dad. What was that about? Did he have some of the demon antidote on his... Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I called it.
Sounds like you just met the demon pill. Oh no, Nasha is your sworn rival. We've waited 3
Isn't he also kind of his brother, technically?
the reckoning occurs.
I don't know why they have that guy, like, stuttering. It doesn't sound... It sounds very poorly acted, the stuttering. So they're in hell, basically.
Our fate rests entirely on your shoulders. Don't let yourself be fooled.
So is that guy even a bad guy? Because, like, you can kind of sympathize with both sides. I don't really know who's the antagonist here, fully. Does he know that his time's running out?
They'd celebrate my funeral, not my birthday.
Same thing, basically.
The sea yaksha can move as water without...
That's sad, man.
Saliva can...
I see my teachings have paid off.
This is kind of heartbreaking, man. So he's going to die in 10 days, right? And they're telling him that to make him feel better. They're all going to be celebrating that he's going to be dying.
He was telling the truth. And I will see to it that they all learn that
That's what I thought he was doing. So I was wondering, like, did they understand that
Been a commander as long as I have.
he didn't do anything wrong?
Owe you favors.
So he's a commander. They called him Lord earlier, so again, kind of reinforcing. At the start of the movie, I didn't know if they were like Emperor and Empress, but they do have clearly a high standing in society, but they're not like in control of everything. Is he going to show up now, or now that he knows who Neza is?
What do you want?
Don't be mean to him. If you're mean to him,
Only friend too.
okay.
Do you have any other wishes?
I was worried after that dragon he was going to be
Everything I can to make them come true.
hateful to him.
Yeah, like I said, my wish is you come to my party.
What's he doing? Passing a kidney stone? Oh, he's taking a scale off. Ew. What are they doing? I'm not sure what's happening here. Are they fastening him some armor made out of dragon scales? That'd be pretty sick. Hey! Looks like he's gonna play in a boy band or something.
Scale for protection.
I kind of feel bad for everybody in this movie. I feel like there's not really a true villain, but I like that though. It's like everybody is sympathetic and you kind of understand all of their
Why are you so sad? Shall I do it?
problems.
Smile.
You want us to come out?
He'll signal.
Oh.
So are they gonna arrange it where like that monster shows up again and he kicks his butt in front of the people so they'll understand?
I am your master.
You gruesome demon!
I know your master.
Uh-oh.
True.
Oh, my poor child. You have been kept in the dark for far too long.
Uh-oh. Does he know now? So I guess he doesn't die exactly on his 3rd birthday. That's kind of what I thought would happen, but I don't know how close we are to his actual, whatever they were talking about, the lightning bolt strike and all that, but whoever that is that does the voice of that guy does sound very similar to Jack Black, but
As your noble steed.
I don't think it is. Because I'd probably have known if Jack Black was in this movie. Oh, that's cool.
Will take the form of a flaming chariot.
Again, a video game of this would be really cool.
Turn into a pig with you.
I believed you, but all you've done was lie to me.
Why are you saying that?
Come on, Kimiko. I know about everything. You said I was a spirit pearl, put me through training into painting, but really, you were just keeping me locked up until I die, all to make these idiots happy. To keep your dumb reputation, you locked me away.
I wonder why they didn't show us that guy telling him everything. We didn't get to see his reaction to like finding out that everything was a lie. Like, oh shoot, is that him? What the heck? This is also heartbreaking. I feel so bad for him. I feel bad for everybody involved.
Find the hoot!
He's been possessed.
Looking for this will turn you into a god. Your power will be limitless.
So that guy's evil, but is the dragon?
Taiyi.
Fortune didn't smile upon me when I was born. I had to fight an uphill battle to get this far. Of all the disciples, I trained the hardest, never slacking. Yet continually I was passed over for the others.
That's what happens when you join the workforce. That's what it's like at Walmart.
Because he knows so he can care less if I lived or died. To everyone else,
A what spirit?
I are just monsters.
Let me save his parents and his master to repay my debt.
Go. Go on, Ben. What if this goes south? Don't say I didn't.
I'm going to pause it for a second because I don't want to miss any important context, but I've got a lot I want to say. But it feels very true to life, and I really like that about this movie, how good and evil can sometimes be very ambiguous. Like there's a lot of morally gray things. Like we live in this society where people treat like groups of people and stuff as just, you're either good or bad, right? You look at like the political landscape today, like, oh, if you identify with this political party, then all the people in that group are evil. But life is a lot more nuanced than that, and I feel like this movie does a really good job showcasing that, where it's like, I don't know, like even the quote unquote evil people, the villains in this movie, are like, there's still stuff about them that's like, well, I kind of get where they're coming from, and they're also not completely evil. Like he's still like, willing to let him save that kid's parents and stuff. So like, I don't know. I think, and like the dragons, who are also, I guess, kind of the antagonists, but like their reason is pretty valid, like they were done a pretty dirty deed. So like, I don't like hate anybody in this movie, but anyway, I'll unpause it now. They said he was possessed. Who is he possessed by? Are we going to see the demon or whatever come out of him that's inside of him? When he turns back normal, he's still not going to be like grown like this, is he? Because like, obviously he ages very differently than a normal person, because he was like walking and talking in full sentences at like 1. I didn't think China was woke. Having this gender non-conforming person. Forgot about that whole thing. I'm a little confused. Was that the same hoop that like... Because like there was a hoop that possessed him, right? But that's not the same things he was riding on as like skates, right? That pig transformed into. Those are two different things, right?
Let me get that. No need.
Did he do that on purpose?
A dragon! They imprisoned the Eastern Sea by the court of heaven? How did he get out?
I knew I detected a familiar scent on you. That mark on your head confirms my suspicions.
Mantis, there's only one thing to be done.
I mean, he's not going to do it.
Survival of your...
Well, then again, maybe he can do it. I think it's begrudgingly. I don't think he necessarily wants to. But he loves the dragons who took them in as one of their own. So, is he going to just drown them all? Maybe the dragons lied to him and they're not actually as innocent as they acted. I don't know. Oh, he's making an ice barrier for reasons. Oh, he's gonna sneeze and take him somewhere? Forgot about that guy. Oh, God. Does he put it on himself?
For that of my sons. This stays between you and me. I beg of you. Don't tell my wife.
Why would he not tell the wife? I'm not gonna cry. I ain't gonna do it. They got me a little choked up though. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes were watering a little bit. It was a good movie. I feel like he's still not going to kill the parents, though. Because he felt so honor-bound to spare them in the first place. Was he back? Nisha? Aw, shoot. I'm getting hyped. It's like Aang facing off against Ozai and then of Avatar. I hope he's not like just gonna completely go bad. I hope the... Oh shoot, is he gonna kill him? What did he do that for?
What the heck are you wearing?
Oh, okay. I was very confused. I was like, what? I feel like he's still got good in him. I would hope. I would think that he's not just like gonna go full on evil. The purple hair guy, not Nisha. I already know he's wants to be good. He's kind of a sorry villain. I don't really feel any sympathy for this guy so much as I feel more sorry for his dragon masters than him. How did he change his voice? I thought it was like the same exact animation there. That was pretty good. Yeah, I want to see him fight in there. I was thinking that'd be cooler. I hope they finish the battle inside of that scroll. Where's the paintbrush, though? Because whoever has the paintbrush kind of controls everything in here, so... If they do it a third time... They had to have a fart joke in there, didn't they? No, come on now. Did he pass out? This is stupid. Ain't no way this is gonna be how they win. If this is how they win, I take back everything I said about this movie. I was contemplating giving it a 9.5 out of 10, but if they really save the day with a fart... Now we just gone full stupid. What is that? But I wonder if they can put the curse on that guy instead, where the lightning strike from heaven takes him instead of the father or whatever. So was that his master freed? Oh, shoot. This isn't even his final form. It's like some Dragon Ball crap. I like it, though. I like Dragon Ball, for the record. I'm not hating. How is that not breaking? Well, I guess, is that his final form or whatever? That other guy turned into the dragon? Because I thought that was like the one dragon that escaped from like the underworld or whatever. I was like, how did you get out? Yeah. That is him. Okay. Oh, that's cool. He made a lotus out of fire. That's pretty sick.
Why spare me?
I told you. You're the only friend I have.
I would have been really upset if he, like, just... If purple hair guy went bad forever and he actually had to, like, kill him, so...
You should leave.
Nasha, release us!
Oh, is he going to accept his fate to take the curse back? Obviously he doesn't die because there's a sequel.
This is my fight.
he's still a toddler when you really think about it.
It's my birthday. No crying allowed.
So it was destined to happen on his birthday. Nisha still took a lot of lightning, though. He's a demon, so I guess he can withstand more than a regular mortal, but I was wondering how he was going to get out of this, but... Well... Shut up. You are the worst villain I've ever seen. Can they even both die? Again, in a way, like, they're more than friends. Like, they're kind of brothers, right? Because, I mean, they were born from the same, like, two... Oh, there's the yin-yang symbol. What just happened? They just see the whole cosmos there? Are they going to fuse? What's happening? Which reminds me of the end of Super Mario Galaxy. If you know, you know. That's what she said. Sorry. So what was it that made this thing come down from the heavens in the first place? That's maybe the one thing I'm a little bit lost on. Maybe they explained it at the beginning, but... Like why it was destined that this would all happen? Was it just a prophecy? Or was he gonna sacrifice himself? I'm a little confused about what just happened. But he doesn't have a body, so I mean, he's basically dead, right? I mean... So I don't know what to do with that one kid's weird eyes is. Mesha. I feel like his name's been pronounced like 3 different times in this movie. Wait, hold on. Let me rewind a little bit here. So what did he get his body back there at the end, or? Nah, I guess not. It didn't look like there was as much of that red glowy stuff around him, so I was like, is he not just a spirit anymore, or what just happened? Okay, I guess not. I guess he's still a spirit there. He looked pretty solid. Like the light was hitting him and he wasn't like transparent or anything. Is that going to be what the second movie's about? Him getting his body back? This is a cool credits sequence, this scroll. I like that. That's neat. Unfortunately, I don't know any of the names of the people who made this movie because I don't know how to read Chinese characters, but...
Okay. Are you sure we can't go out?
We're still waiting on a signal.
So, what exactly is the signal?
Alright. Well, that was the movie. Do we have a post-credits? It looks like there's something.
Now, baby. Everything we have worked for was laid to waste. And for that, I will make all of Zentong pass pay in blood.
I guess they were planning a sequel from the get-go then, weren't they? Shoot, all the dragons are turning on him.
Like to make a deal?
Would you like to make a deal, dear brother? I don't know what that's about, but I guess that's setting up for the sequel. Wait, is that another post-credit scene? It's a post-credit scene. What? I don't even know what that was. Okay. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but that was Neja, if I'm saying that correctly. Thoughts? Very good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me turn off this. There we go. Turn that camera off. Let's see. Can I center myself more in the? Yeah, there we go. Ignore my water bottle. This is a very unprofessional setup here. I got my GameCube controller in the shot. Yeah, that was a really good movie. I like that a lot. I would give it probably a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, so this was the second movie we reacted to on the channel. The first one was K-Pop Demon Hunters, and I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Looking back now, having seen this movie, I feel like I might have been too generous on that. I feel like K-Pop Demon Hunters maybe more in the 7 out of 10 range. I don't know. K-Pop Demon Hunters left me very confused. There were just so many unanswered questions and things I didn't understand. Neja, I was able to follow along with it much better than K-Pop Demon Hunters. I feel like it was just, sometimes a movie can be, or even like a book for that matter, the ending, like it can be kind of ambiguous. It can be a little open-ended and make you, ask certain questions that it doesn't necessarily answer for you. And to an extent, that can be a good thing, I guess. You don't want to maybe necessarily tell your readers or your audience everything. But sometimes I feel like it can just be an excuse for some lazy writing. So I don't know. When I think back on it, I feel like some elements of K-Pop Demon Hunters was maybe a little lazily written. Like I think back to certain scenes and I'm like, yeah, that just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. This movie I thought was very cohesive. Maybe that's not the right word. Coherent, I should say. I was able to follow along with it the whole time. There wasn't really a whole lot that was kind of like lost on me. I was a little confused about the ending there, but what little things did confuse me, like how that heavyset guy, whatever his name was, that was trying to get into heaven or whatever, how he was able to spare their spirits in that egg-looking thing, like from the start of the movie. I might just have to go back and watch it. I might have missed some context. K-Pop Demon Hunters, though, I don't think I missed context. I think it was just, they just didn't do a good job explaining certain things, I guess. But I'm gonna, that's the last time I'm gonna compare it to K-Pop Demon Hunters. I don't want to just keep harping on that movie, but I just think it's interesting to compare them because, one, those are the only two movies I've reacted to so far on this channel, but also they have very similar themes. I said that early on. They're heavily based on Asian culture. This one's Chinese, that one was Korean. They're both focused on, demons and this main protagonist who, is kind of the embodiment of both humans and demons. So they're just very, very similar in a lot of ways. So I feel like it's hard not to compare them, having just seen both of them. But, yeah, like I said, I paused to say at one point in the movie, I really, really like just like even the antagonist, like you really understand a lot of these people's motivations. Maybe not so much the one guy who kind of talked with a stutter, but he had this thing, I guess, of feeling like he'd been burned, like he worked harder than all the other disciples and he deserved, whatever. His motivation was maybe a little bit weak, but like the dragons and stuff, I thought it was all really good. Like there was a lot of very sympathetic characters in this movie. And I guess that'll carry over to the sequel because I guess the dragons are going to be the main antagonists of the sequel. Somehow I guess they're going to get freed, and Neja and his counterpart, the other guy with the purple hair, are going to have to stop him. So knowing what I know from this movie going into the second one, I'm going to have that somewhat of a sympathy for the dragons because it was like, yeah, I mean, they really seem to have gotten screwed over. If what the dragon said is to actually be believed, maybe he was just lying to what's his face, to the purple guy. Yeah, really good movie. I thought the music was pretty decent. I don't know if it was anything necessarily like outstanding. It's kind of your typical score for a movie like this. You know, it kind of makes me think of like say Kung Fu Panda's soundtrack. I think you can compare it in a lot of ways to Kung Fu Panda as well, just in terms of just how they kind of mix action with comedy, and you know, that movie is also set in China with that series of movies, so you know, similar architecture and you know, music and stuff in terms of like the instrumentation and stuff. A lot of music there that you know, in fact, you typically hear in movies that are set in the East. So yeah, the music, it was good. It served it well. I wouldn't say any of it was like super standout, but that goes for most movies. Um, but yeah, really well done set pieces. I think the backgrounds look great, like the sky, you know, like one scene, you know, it would be like green or it might be like, you know, orange. It's very pretty backgrounds. I love that scene when they go into the scroll. The world inside the scroll was so cool. That whole sequence when he was like making this like almost like a spiraling like water slide and like all this other crazy stuff happening in there. And then like when the pig would sneeze and it would create this mist that would like show him a memory, or it could be used to rewind time, and he could like rewind it by like grabbing his nostrils and rotating it. Very imaginative, very creative stuff on display in this movie. Yeah, just a lot of really, really cool stuff. I love the design of like the underworld or wherever where the dragons were being imprisoned, where you had all these chains coming down from this like central like pillar thing. Just really cool, very well designed backgrounds, environments. I feel like they were the most creative part of the whole movie, was just all these locations, you know, and like when they were in the I think it was when they were in the scroll. It was either that or it was when the dad was trying to get help from like heaven or whatever, but they were like on like these like giant like lotuses. That was really cool. But yeah, like I'm very interested to watch the sequel now. That's going to be a high priority to do on this channel before long. There's a part of me, because I've known about this movie for years and I've been curious about it. There's a part of me that wished I'd watched it years ago. But at the same time, I guess I'm glad I didn't, because I got to react to it and analyze it and break down my thoughts in this YouTube video here. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'd probably give it a 9.5 in terms of things holding it back from being a perfect 10. Some of it might not be the fault of the movie itself. You know, like one thing I would have liked for it to have been a little bit more emotional. Like there was one scene where I almost sort of kind of teared up a little bit when he finds out the sacrifice that his dad made for him. You know, that he put that curse on himself, where he would be the one struck down and killed with lightning. But I don't know. And like there at the end when he was going to sacrifice himself and he had his parents tied up and they're like, you know, Nisha, you know, don't do it. It didn't hit me as hard as I feel like it should have or could have. Like I wish those couple moments had been more impactful, and actually made me cry. But I think some of that, again, I don't know if it's really the movie's fault. I think some of it maybe possibly comes down to the English localization. You know, I feel like some of the English voice acting, some of the English dub just didn't hit. Like there were a couple characters, like when they were crying, like the crying sounded very fake, like like it wasn't that good. And then yeah, like I said, the villain who had the kind of stutter, it didn't sound like a believable or realistic stutter at all. Yeah, some of that I think just maybe comes down to maybe they just didn't pick the best English cast. That's not to say I feel like I should have watched the movie in Chinese, because like if I know some people prefer like what, you know, subs versus dubs is a very big thing when it comes to like Japanese anime and stuff. But I don't know, as someone who doesn't understand, you know, Chinese like as a language, I don't know necessarily that watching the movie with subtitles would have made those moments more emotional, even if there was more emotion in the voice delivery, if I'm not actually understanding what they're saying, if that makes sense. So I don't know. But other than maybe possibly a little bit of a weak English dub, still a really solid movie. Again, it wrapped up a lot of questions I had. It didn't leave me wondering about a lot of things the way that K-pop Demon Hunters did. Maybe the resolution a little bit, like how they were able to be spared, or like their bodies destroyed but not their spirits. And maybe a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina. I don't know. Again, I might have missed some stuff there. Maybe if I go back and watch it, it was perfectly logical how he was able to save the both of them. But yeah, really good stuff in there. Again, similar moral, similar lesson to K-pop Demon Hunters about not letting how you're born define you, you know, your destiny being what you make of it. And that just because you're born a certain way, you can rise above that. You know, you don't have to be bound by that, you know, and just because people may say or think that you're evil or judge you a certain way, that shouldn't stop you from trying to be the best person that you can be. So yeah, there was a lot of good stuff there. I really felt sorry for Neja. Again, other than that one villain who was working for the dragon, I really felt sorry for everybody in this movie. I felt bad for the mom and dad. I really felt like they were trying their best. Neja, I feel like his frustrations with his parents was still kind of understandable, though. It was also kind of valid, because they weren't being completely honest with him, but at the same time, you understand why they weren't. So it's like, nobody's really in the wrong here. And again, even the dragons, it's like, well, no, I kind of get where you're coming from. So I thought that was good, because I think we're so easy to generalize people as like, you know, you're just bad and evil and stupid, you know, without looking more into the nuance and reflecting on how, you know, everybody's capable of good and evil. And even that villain who, again, I thought his motivation was kind of weak. You know, he wasn't pure evil necessarily. He was still bad, but, you know, he honored that kid, the purple haired guy. Sorry, I don't know his name. But he honored his wish to, like, okay, you know, I give you the blessing to go spare the parents. You know, I'm not going to make you kill him. And I'm glad that purple hair guy, I'm glad he didn't turn evil. Because that would have been that would have been very tragic. Like his one only friend, if he ended up just getting consumed by hatred, but being rejected by the humans because he was part dragon or whatever, and just ended up, you know, going full bad. And like, you know, Neja had to kill him to not, to save everybody. Yeah, it was a really good movie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to touch on. It's pretty funny. It genuinely kind of tickled me. Like from the trailer, like I thought the movie was going to be like all serious, no nonsense. But I kind of like a healthy dose of that nonsense, you know. It had some pretty funny parts to it. The way they were all frozen, like in the middle of this very intense climactic battle, and they all get frozen into that ball of ice, and the way the one guy's just to blow it, and then the other guy like farts to move it. That was a little ridiculous. I was like, come on, what are we doing now? And then it was like a pinball machine. That might have been a little bit much, but other than that, the humor was pretty good. I liked that. Yeah, really solid movie. Again, I'm curious to see where they go in the sequel. Like, how do they get their bodies back? Is that going to be a big plot point? Because I guess they're still just spirits without a vessel, right? So like, what do they do about that? Is the first half of the sequel going to be them trying to get their bodies back, and then it's like, all right, now how do we stop these dragons that are broken free? Like, I don't know. Yeah, pretty good movie. Like I said, you know, very well choreographed. The cinematography was really good with the action sequences, you know, the dynamic camera angles and all that. Very well put together. And again, coming out of China, because like China's not exactly known for its like animated movies, at least as far as I know. So, you know, for them to put this together and execute it so well, I just thought it was really well done. Probably the best movie I've seen this year, which I've not really seen a lot of movies this year necessarily. I don't know that I would go so far to put it in like my top 10 favorite movies of all time or anything. Again, I'd give this movie like maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Because I think, again, some of it might have just come down to the English voice